Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Read Another Horrible Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction. Today's story, SONICXJANE! I Get Lost With You by Kronos Dark. Sonic and Jane trapped in the woods. All they wanted was to get out of there, but things can go too far because sometimes alone sights are tempting to both do something they did not expect. Warning, this story contains sexual themes, nudity, romance, and sensitive material. If you do not like, do not read. Sonic and Jane, trapped in the woods, all they wanted was to get out of there, but oh, that's the same thing over. Warning, this story contains sexual themes. If you do not like, do not read. SONICXJANE, I Can Get Lost With You. Sonic belongs to Sega, copyright. Jane, me, copyright. She copyrighted her fan character. Let's get into the story. It was a beautiful night in the forest of Metropolis. A blue hedgehog named Sonic was recognized strolling through this beautiful forest. Suddenly footsteps, fences the hedgehog quickly got in the position to fight for it was an enemy. Suddenly appeared a robot, beautiful black hair, bright green eyes, skin metallic white color, had an antenna on his head colored red, wore a suit, black with gray boots strong. Jane was friend of the Hedgehog was removed from his position of fighting to see that she was a girl robot, was really worried. Hi, Jane! What are you doing something wrong? Sonic wondered to notice her nervous. Hello, Sonic. I left my house for a walk through the woods, and I think I lost here. I'm afraid to defend the forest, but I'm lost, said Jane. I will help you out of here, said Sonic. He took her hand and started running through the woods, trying to find the way out. But all I found were trees. Fuck! Sonic exclaimed, seeing that he had almost lost in the woods with Jane. Cannot get out of here, Jane said, worried. They sat on a log that was there. Jane tried to communicate with his brother, but because they were in the forest, there was no sign. Stupid Jane felt there was lost in the forest, and her Sonic blushed at the thought, lost with a guy, trying to take off those thoughts from his head that she had feelings for a long time. Hedgehog but denied, but grew stronger that feeling and preferred not to speak because his face was red. Sonic felt nervous, was in the woods with a beautiful robot next. Endorses the felt more special than just friendship to her. I think we should wait if you found someone, Jane speak with her cheeks still red. I think if Sonic said at one point, accidentally touched hands each other rapidly before they separated and stared each other. Jane, Sonic. Without realizing, both passionately kissed, hugged both Kaileron too, kissing ground while staying above Jane. Sonic 2 had to be separated from it by the lack of What am I reading? Jane, and I love you, always loved you, but Jane, and I loved you, always loved you, but now I confess. They're all robots. Sonic said, I love you too, Sonic said, and I love you too, and Sonic sense. But what I did not know, but now I know I love you too, said Jane, both kissing again more passionately. Both were excited, took off gloves and shoes, took off his clothes. Sonic saw Jane's body. If she was beautiful, Sonic began to tingle between her legs, looked and saw that his cock had come out of hiding and was fully erect. He blushed. It was not sure, but Jane told him she wanted him to. And so Sonic took one of her lovely breasts and started sucking slowly. Jane moaned in pleasure. Sonic ran his tongue over the body of Jane. She moaned. Sonic introduced his cock inside. Sonic, oh, she screamed, and Sonic I'm sorry, but Sonic onslaught started giving more fast. Jane, you're too close, screamed Sonic. Sonic, oh, do not stop. Jane screamed. Sonic continued until both felt they reached its climax. Jane, Sonic screamed to her reach orgasm, and Jane came inside. He came out, and we're catching their breath after a while. Jane got dressed up, his shoes and gloves. I love you, Sonic, Jane said. I love you too, Jane, replied Sonic, and both fell asleep on the forest floor. I think this is a multi-car, multi-fatality collision of the English language. Beautiful. Mwah! Cronus Dark! That was beautiful. This has been SONICXJANE, I Get Lost With You by Kronos Dark. Thank you for listening.